Hi, I'm JR. This is about the archetype of the shepherd. It's related to the four archetypes of king, warrior, magician, and lover. Uh, this would correspond to the king archetype, but it is a distinct formulating of these four archetypes from what is commonly presented. You may find this presentation to be much more insightful and much more challenging at the same time than what you may have heard before. Much more insightful, like much more resonant and clear and concise in at least the early stages, and then presenting a new developmental opportunity that has perhaps not been presented to you before by any of the material that you have previously explored, or maybe any of the thoughts that you have previously explored. The shepherd, of course, is a famous religious metaphor, and we will address that element when the time comes. Again, I'm addressing these as developmental stages, not just qualities, but actually a developmental sequence, which is not in conflict with any of the most common ways of presenting king, warrior, magician, and lover as facets of a cycle. They're often presented as elements of a whole thing. So we might even say that the shepherd is a culmination of the four archetypes into a fifth. But I am not going to go so far as to elaborate on that possibility. I'm really presenting this as four archetypes with the shepherd as the fourth. But you can see how, if you're familiar with the king, warrior, magician, lover archetypes, you can see how this fits with it, as well as how it fits with the even more simple and common archetype of the shadow, or the evil one. Seth, Satan. I'm looking for Poseidon and Neptune in Greek and Roman mythology with their trident, just as the devil is so often pictured with a pitchfork or trident in Judeo-Christian symbolism. So that was a bit of a long introduction. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide this video up into the specific segments for the archetypes, and I'll mention just what they are briefly now. The explorer, a early stage, then the judge, a second stage, the saint, and finally the shepherd. So those will be separated into separate videos.